What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another Arsenal therapy. We are back, people. I thought this show was permanently finished, and I didn't think it was coming back for the foreseeable future, but here we are again. It is Monday, it is Arsenal, and it is Arsenal therapy. We are back. Hello, darkness, my old friend. We are here, people. The doctor is back, and we're going to try and figure out a way to get through this. We're going to get through this together, people. Do you know what I mean? But I just had the feeling that somehow we would be back here at some stage this season after our humbling at Anfield. Big up to everyone for tuning in. Hope you're all well and safe. I know a few of you were messaging me saying, where is the show yesterday? But, I had family time yesterday, and rather than rushing the show yesterday, I felt it was better to do things properly today and, really get into it and break down what happened. Before we do get into it, let's go. You reminded me, Omar. Granit Xhaka mode has to go on from now because I know you're going to have a heck of a lot to say today, people. So Granit Xhaka mode's going straight on. No messing about there. Big up to Omar. There we go. Xhaka mode is on. I just wanted to say a couple of things before we get into this. Because, that old thing, Twitter again, and a few interesting conversations I've had this weekend. Let me get one or two things clear about my stance on Arsenal and this manager. Number one, for me, I have never believed that Mikel Arteta is the right manager for Arsenal Football Club at any point since he's been the manager, right? I don't think he's the right manager. I think Arsenal need an elite manager to take us back to the top. That's my first point of view. What I am doing is supporting the manager, especially on a match day, because he's the manager of the football club that I support. So naturally, I'm not going to sit there during a game and say, oh man, this, that, the other. The man is the manager. So of course, I'm going to support him. If he does well, Arsenal do well. That leads to me being a happy fan and every other Arsenal fan. So I think some people get confused with the fact that, you're supporting the manager means that, you're a massive fan of Arteta all of a sudden. I'm supporting the manager of the team that I support. I do not believe he is the right manager for the football club. So I had to just make one or two things clear. Man saying, I thought you was Arteta. I said, listen, my opinion has never really changed on Mikel Arteta. If you've asked me, do I think he's the right man? I actually don't. But I'm in support of him while he's in charge. It's as simple as that. So I just wanted to make that clear. My second point of view is this whole free hit business. It was a free hit. Arsenal against Liverpool. We're one place behind them in the table. If we win the game, we would have gone into the top four and gone above them. But it's a free hit. Yeah, cricket settings, like they're just on a no ball, and this one, you're not out if it bowls you out. It's a free hit, apparently. So I'm just trying to get this clear in my head. Yeah, free hit FC, people. We get a free hit. So Liverpool, Manchester City, and Chelsea. I consider those three teams all on the same sort of level. They're the three teams that I would say are fighting for the title this season. So, in the opinion of some of our Arsenal fans, and listen, as I always say, respectfully, people, we can disagree without being disrespectful. So, in theory, Liverpool home and away, City home and away, Chelsea home and away, that is 6 free hits for Arsenal this season. And, maybe if Man United get a decent manager, what is that? Another 2 free hits. So people are telling me we've got between maybe 6 and 8 free hits this season. That's what I'm hearing. We got free hits. It does not happen at the top level of sport, people. It does not happen. If football worked like that, we wouldn't even watch it. You'd look at the fixtures and you go, right, Arsenal play Liverpool, they'll lose that. Burnley are playing Man United, they'll lose that. Football has never worked like that. That is the beauty of football. That in theory, on any given day, anybody can beat anybody in the same league. That is what is the beauty of football. If Arsenal against Liverpool is a free hit and apparently they're unbeatable, we can't beat them, how come Brentford, newly promoted out of the Championship, can beat Arsenal? Is that not a free hit for Brentford? They've just been promoted. So is that not a free hit for them? But they beat us. Brighton, are we not better than them? They drew with us. Palace, they drew with us. Football does not work like that, people. Come on. We know that. Now, listen, people are saying, what did you expect to happen? I'm not saying for 1 second that I really expected Arsenal to go to Anfield and beat them. Because first of all, I don't think our team is that good. I honestly don't. I don't think our team is that good. I think it's all right. I think it's building. It's moving in the right direction. But I think we lack star quality in a number of areas in the team. Real star quality. And on the other side of it, I don't think we have a manager that is capable of competing with those other managers that we're talking about. One of the worst things to happen this weekend for Arsenal fans was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being sacked. We lost a real one this weekend. We lost Ole. We all loved Ole, apart from Man United fans. Because let's be honest, if Manchester United appoint Poch, or they appoint Ten Hag, or they appoint Zinedine Zidane, all of a sudden, we have the worst manager out of the big 6 clubs in the Premier League. Bear in mind, Klopp, Pep, Tuchel, Conte, and if they end up with maybe a Zidane or someone like that, all of a sudden, we got the worst manager in the top 6. So if our team isn't as good as a lot of these teams and our manager isn't as good, how are we supposed to bridge that gap? Ollie's a real G, man. I'm telling you, we lost a real one. Do you know what? I sat there on Saturday. I said, raw, Watford are beating Man U. So my initial reaction is, I have a little laugh. Then I sat there and I said, no, actually, he's took it too far. We're going to lose him. We're going to lose him. He went too far. Ollie, you're a real one. You tried your best to sabotage that football club, but you're gone now, brethren. And now Man United may become a problem. Let's see. But I just wanted to address those couple of things, man, because the free hit thing for me was worrying. It was worrying because I think, like I said, people are entitled to their opinion. And I will never hammer somebody for them opinions. But you got to keep your standards high. I'm not saying Arsenal should go to Liverpool and beat them. I'm saying they should compete. I'm saying that if Liverpool have a slight off day, we should have enough quality to punish them. I don't know how anybody else feels. I felt like we did absolutely nothing in that game at Anfield. I didn't feel at any point during that 90 minutes that we were in that game. In terms of maybe we can win this. I never felt like it. I didn't feel that energy. We had no way out. We had one game plan. Our game plan was to play out from the back. And I know a lot of people are talking about Lee Judges. Listen, big up Lee Judges. Lee, I'm good friends with Lee. Lee said it was a free hit. As I said, you can be cool with someone. You don't have to agree with everybody's opinion. He felt it was a free hit. I understand where people are coming from. They're saying it's a game that we should lose, so there's no pressure on the team to perform. But I think we have to put pressure on this team. Big football clubs, to me, are supposed to be under pressure all the time. Arsenal should go to Liverpool and make life difficult for Liverpool, even if they lose. Virgil van Dijk could have took his shirt off and just hung it back up on the peg and said, just save that. Just save that for Wednesday in the Champions League. You don't even need to wash it. I don't know if the guy broke a sweat. We didn't even ask questions, bro. Listen. We're going to get into it anyway, people. Big up everyone in the comments. Make sure you like the video. And make sure you subscribe. I want to say thank you to everyone. We've got amazing numbers on the Liverpool watch-along. It's a shame we didn't win. Over 50,000 views, nearly 2,000 likes. Thank you very much for all the support. C. Guna said, Big C, man, what was I thinking? Thinking we could actually get a result at Liverpool. As we always said, people, it's the hope that kills you, innit, people? It's the hope that kills you. I was there saying, I predicted 1-1. Can we get a draw? If they're not quite at it, can we beat them? The crazy thing about the game, I kind of look back at the game, and even though Liverpool dealt with us, I still don't think Liverpool were at their absolute scintillating best. I mean, when you look at it, Salah's considered their best player. He's been the most informed player this season. He wasn't at it that much, but he got his goal, and it was just easy work for him in the end, to be honest. We handed it to him. Craig said, Curtis, we didn't show up, same old. And listen, I think that's where the disappointment came from with Arsenal fans. On one hand, we're on this unbeaten run. We spent £150 million in the summer, more than any team in the Premier League. Liverpool only bought a centre-back in the summer, a centre-back that didn't play in this game. So this was the same Liverpool that finished third last season, and this, that, the other. We've spent 150, so surely the gap should have been closed further from that money invested. We're going to get into it anyway. Greg said, I've been rooting for Arsenal for decades. Never thought I would see this club mail one in at Anfield and fans be all right with it. And that's what hurts me more than anything. If Arsenal go to Liverpool and lose 4-0, I want fans to be disappointed. I want fans to be embarrassed. I want fans to demand better than that. Even if Liverpool are better than us, I want fans to demand more than that. Work your socks off, make life difficult, defend, give everything. Did that Arsenal team give everything at Anfield? I don't think they did. I saw players going through the motions at Anfield. I saw players overwhelmed by what was happening. I didn't see a team that was exhausted, that gave everything, that Van Dijk, did he get a little elbow in the face? Did he have to do, 5 last-ditch challenges? Did Alisson have to tip 3 saves over the crossbar? That was easy work. If I turned on that game and I didn't watch the Premier League, I'd say, what's this, Liverpool against Burnley? It just looked like a team that was just hanging on, saying, just please don't batter us. Please don't humiliate us. I expect more than that from Arsenal Football Club now. Now we've just spent 150. I keep hearing how Arteta's capable of becoming this top manager. So I expect to see it in these kind of games. I'm not talking about the win. I'm talking about the performance. That, for me, was the biggest issue. Sean, thank you for the super chat, said, I don't remember hearing free hit being used under Emery. The rhetoric just doesn't wash with me. They're feeding us PR from every single direction. They were already discussing it in the press conference prior to the game. They were already looking for the way out for the manager. Emery lost, 3-1 when we played them there? I just think we played into Liverpool's hands. I thought we played into their hands. Jake Sned, Aubameyang said they are a tough side. No kidding, Aubameyang. Shouldn't we also be? It's a good point. It's a good point. Why are we not difficult to play against? We were at full strength apart from Granit Xhaka, and would Granit Xhaka have made us any better in that game? Not a chance, let's be honest. He's not press resistant in midfield. That's the last midfielder you want on the pitch. Why are we not more difficult to beat? Why didn't Liverpool have to fight harder for that victory? That is what really disappointed me, was the ease of the result. LFC Aaron, thank you for the super chat, bro. Said, rookie mistake from Arteta. Waking up the Anfield crowd. You were comfortable up until then. Great channel, mate. Thank you very much, Aaron. A lot's being made of, and we're just going to touch on this briefly, right? A lot is being made of the Mikel Arteta spat that he had with Jurgen Klopp. Now, do you know what? At the time when it happened, I was getting hyped up on the stream. Anyone who watched the live stream, I was getting hyped up. I said, give it back to Klopp. Give it him. Don't let him bully you like that. Give it back to him. So I can't really go at him too much from this, yeah, because I was on it. I was about that energy. Don't let him bully you. But I kind of believed that Klopp set a trap for Arteta. He left the cheese there in the mousetrap, and he stuck his finger in there and got licked down. Because I've seen Jurgen Klopp do this before. I've been to Anfield a few times. What was I saying pre-game? You got to frustrate Liverpool. Don't let them score. Don't let them score in that first 10, 15 minutes when the crowd is rocking. And they didn't score, so we were doing our job. Klopp decides to hype up the argument with Mikel Arteta. And what did Klopp knew? He knew what was going to happen with this argument. The fans are going to see it. They're going to be hyped up. Klopp starts pumping fists, this, that, the other. And then the crowd reacted and the Liverpool team reacted. I Just Work here said, once people start to give Arsenal a pass, it means the energy at the club is dying. We were too emotional and it's because of the Kroenke's PR. And I agree that we shouldn't, give this team a pass. This is a big, big football club. Supposedly the third biggest football club in English football. Can't let them off. You can't let them off. Oxlade-Chamberlain was interviewed after the game. Former Arsenal player, played the game for Liverpool. He said he was asked about the Klopp and the Arteta argument, and he said it was not hard. It was hard not to notice that. Our job to keep focused on what's happening on the pitch. The crowd picked up and benefited from that energy. Maybe that was the turning point in terms of energy and atmosphere. And they even interviewed Jamie Carragher, who said that Arteta played into Klopp's hands and gave the crowd that spark that they needed. Bear in mind, we were 38 minutes into the game. Liverpool hadn't scored. At that point in time, you're thinking, get us into the dressing room at 0-0. You've got to get us back into the dressing room now at 0-0. And then you can say, you've got half a chance here. You've frustrated them. You've quieted their fans. Can you now grow into the game? I felt like Klopp set that trap up because it was almost like Klopp was overhyping the situation. And I thought, he's doing this on purpose. He wants to have a little argument with Arteta, get the fans going, because he could see that the fans had gone flat a little bit. Raul said the worst part is when other clubs' fans pity you. And this is what we're getting right now, people. Liverpool fans are patting us on the back. They've just battered us, slapped us all over Anfield, sent us out the stadium, and they're giving us a pat on the back. Oh, don't worry, Arsenal. You tried. You're getting a bit better. We'll see you next year. Maybe it'll only be 3-0 next year. No, not me. I don't accept that. I don't accept that. They drew with Brighton. They drew with Brentford. They lost to West Ham. Now, I know football changes from game to game, from week to week. I understand that. But how can other teams set up game plans that frustrates Liverpool and still gives them a way out, but we couldn't get out? We couldn't get out of our own half. Gunlove said that was fake energy from Arteta. I mean, I think he was up for it, but he played into Klopp's hands, in my opinion. And listen, it's difficult as a manager not to get involved into that because, Mane's put that dirty challenge in. As a manager, you're going to defend your player. Their manager starts hyping up. Yeah, you are going to defend him. I think as well, you got to look at the Arsenal team. You got to look at the Arsenal team because if I saw my manager having that altercation on the touchline, I would be going around our players saying, listen, our manager's over there having it with Klopp, We've got to do our job. If Arteta's this manager that you're all backing, saying you want, go and back him. Show him that energy on the pitch. This guy's having a scrap with Klopp in the footballing sense. And a few minutes later, we concede and Klopp's giving it all that. And by there, you've lost. You've lost the battle already. You've put yourself in a very difficult situation. Now the crowd is hyped. Now they're 1-0 up. As I said, Ifio, I'm not saying that Arteta shouldn't have had that debate with him, because he's defending his player. I understand it. I'm kind of questioning the players more than Arteta. If you're listening to me, the players should have reacted to Mikel Arteta. But they didn't. And this is where I have to question the character of a lot of these players. Sometimes football is not about ability and talent. And I've found that out myself. I've got to be honest. I played football and kind of relied on talent. There's a lot more to football than talent. It's your character, your attitude, your personality. Are you willing to go to war with teams when you're not as good as them? I don't believe the Arsenal team gave everything on Saturday, and that's damning for me, in my opinion. Curtis turned into Kevin. Listen, at that time it was the players. It was the players. Now listen, we're gonna get into a few things. Listen, I don't care. They're trying to lick man down, stopping man doing little reviews, copyright, and that. Unfortunately, we're down to still images, people. They put a little copyright claim out. So unfortunately, I can't play any content. So I'm down to still images. But they can't stop us, people. We're still going to do a little quick review. Player ratings coming up. Mikel Arteta press conference. Waffle settings in full effect, people. We're still going to do what we got to do. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. What I want to make clear just before we get into this is that it's not the end of the world, right? Let me say, it's not the end of the world. Just to try and put a bit of context in the situation. Man said a copyright strike. Yo, not now, Thomas, not now. That's a banger. That is an absolute banger. One thing I want to say, it's not the end of the world, right? We're fifth in the league. We play Newcastle at home next week. Newcastle are bottom of the league. It's not the end of the world. However, I just think a lot of Arsenal fans, the mentality was, we're on this unbeaten run, but this is Liverpool away. We've spent 150 million. Can we handle this Liverpool team? Can we fight? If we come out of Anfield losing 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, even 2-0. And that might even sound bad, me saying that, because I always expect Arsenal to be able to go and beat teams. But listen, if we were sitting here today and going, you know what, we lost 2-1 and we really made life difficult for them, I think the fans could have been a lot more positive about this performance. But 4-0, when your goalkeeper's won man of the match, I think you still have to question what's going off with the football club and the recruitment process. Has that 150 million made Arsenal significantly better? I'm not sure it has. I think we've made improvements, steps forward. I don't think we've made strides forward. And we're going to speak about the team moving forward anyway. But listen, unfortunately, like I said, people, I'm down to still images after, as Thomas said, the copyright that they came. But listen, this is the first one. I'll just go on to the full screen for a second. Ball was whipped in. Arsenal were man-marking by the look of it. And this, for me, I'm putting this down to Gabriel. As you can see, the ball is just going over Gabriel's head. Mane is about to get a free header. He's between Tomiyasu and Gabriel. Gabriel has completely misjudged the flight of the free kick from Trent. And it's a free header for Sadio Mane. At the time, I've got to be honest, I said that I felt like Ramsdale should have done better with the header. He gets a hand on it. He's unable to palm it wide or over. It's a difficult one because the ball is headed into the ground. It is going quick. But at the time, my belief was I felt he could have saved it. Jamie Carragher said the same. A lot of people saying there was too much pace on the header. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Ramsdale should have saved it? Obviously, I can't play the video for obvious reasons. They grabbed me last time. But yeah, for me, that's Gabriel's fault. And I like doing these reviews because sometimes we're not sure where the blame goes. Now, I want to make it clear because everyone's on my case, Aubameyang, and I will do it on the player ratings. Aubameyang gives away a needless free kick that leads to this. It's a simple way to let them get a goal. We're starting to frustrate them, and of all ways to concede, you don't want to concede from a set piece. It's a needless free kick to give away. But as I said, that is poor defending from Gabriel. There's no way to get out of it. And I've been bigging up Gabriel a lot over recent weeks. That is schoolboy defending. Sadio Mane is 5'8", shouldn't be getting a free header 7 yards out. Snake Eyes, thank you for the super chat, bro. Hope you're well. Said, when we went 2 down, the captain should realise the situation, minimise the damage, contain the score, and at least get out with your head held high. The team is not strong enough at the airport to us. I mean, at the airport to the US. Yeah, like I said, bro, message me when you get back to the US, and we'll sort some things out. But yeah, damage limitation. You know, you're 2-0 down. The game's disappeared away from you. Don't let them score again. But we were still wide open. You know, the door was just left open. Just come in and do whatever you want. And they pounced. We could have lost this game 6 or 7-0 if it wasn't for the goalkeeper, let's be honest. Big up to Penalty Spot. Thank you for becoming a member on the channel. In fact, I think you was already a member, right? Maybe you cancelled and came back. Big up to you. We are going to probably do a member stream this weekend as well. So look out for that, people. Costa Khalid said, please stop it, Curtis. Watching the game was enough. Listen, we have to find the solutions to the problems. This is why we do this. So, Gabriel, first goal. Like I said, Aubameyang, needless free kick. Gabriel, poor defending, misjudges the flight of the ball, and we're 1-0. We're 1-0 down before half-time. Disappointing. Gambian Guna said, we don't have a plan B with Arteta. When it don't work, he never switched it up. I felt like we fell for the traps that Liverpool were setting us. Liverpool knew Arsenal wanted to play out from the back. They left them spaces in the midfield and then pounced on us, and we constantly lost the ball, and then they sprung on us. Why was there no plan B? Why did we not have another way to figure out how to break this Liverpool team down? Vinyl London said the 150 million has made us better. We'd be 17th at best otherwise. People forget how bad last season was for much of it. I mean, listen, let's move on, people. Man said 17th, you know, but hey, let's move on. The next one, Nuno Tavares. Oh, my days. Nuno. For anybody, again, that watched the stream, as Nuno Tavares has got this ball, I'm bigging up Tavares. I'm going, you know what? He's had a good game. He's kept Salah quiet. Look at his energy. And 2 seconds later, he gives the ball straight to Diogo Jota. I mean, it can't get much worse, can it? You've gone down 1-0. You're thinking second half. At least it's still only 1-0. We're still in this game. And like I said, Jake, I said, listen, man, we played like some puppies fighting pit bulls. Forgive me with the dog analogies when we talk about Nuno Tavares. But, yeah, it's absolutely insane. Now, my initial thought, big up DG in the chat. Hope you're well, my bro. We have to link up this week. You know what? Could do with getting you on the channel this week. I'm a messenger. But big up DG. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Oz said you got to stop jinxing it, bruv. I'm glad it's still images. That's all I can do, man. You know, Premier League was on me, man, when I was playing footage, so we're still images. I thought Nuno Tavares initially was passing this ball to Sambi Lokonga here. I think he's actually trying to give it to Thomas Partey. I just don't think he can see that Diogo Jota is there. I think that's what he's done. I think he hasn't seen him. Where my problem is with this goal, people, where my problem is with this goal is about 1 second later, is here. To me, when Jota gets this ball, I still think we should be able to deal with that situation, or at least make life difficult. You've got Thomas Partey there. You've got Ben White in there, and you've got Sambi Lokonga and Gabriel. I still think we should be able to at least make life difficult for him. Man, I saying Portuguese connection. Man thought he was playing for Portugal. Gave the ball to Jota. I still think we got a chance at dealing with that. The only way for me he should score from here is if he touches that ball out his feet and whacks it in from there. One touch and bang it in. Like I said, people, the way this brother had Ben White sliding around Anfield, I thought I was watching Cool Runnings. I thought Sankot was in the bobsleigh going down the ice at the Winter Olympics. Jota had Ben White sliding all over the place. And then Ramsdale even sent him to get the dessert just to finish us off. Surely, if I'm a manager and Jota gets that ball in that situation, I'm expecting someone to get in front of him, to block it, make life difficult for him if he's going to score. The man just started slaloming around us. I wish I could play this. It's almost worth the copyright, but no, I can't do it. Where's the bit? Look at, I mean, what's that? What's Ben White doing? I got to zoom in. Like, yo, Benjamin. What is going on here, Benjamin? What is he doing? Is he 2 foot? Is there an invisible man? Is he trying to 2 foot Gabriel? Yo, Ben. Oh, my days. Ben, where you going, bro? Slip and slide business. Benjamin disappeared, you know. Man had him eating the Anfield pitch. Man sent him back to the Brighton seaside, man. Jesus. That is painful. Benjamin slide, you know. Yo. Man said he's at a phone party. I don't know, man. Benjamin. Maybe he was trying to eat the pitch. You know, he said he don't watch football. Maybe he said, listen, while I'm here, I'm just going to nibble some of this Anfield pitch. Yo. Man had Benjamin sliding out of Anfield. That is brutal. That is that's vicious. Look at this. Yo, Gabriel had to hurdle. I'm done. Look where Ben White ends up. Gabriel is jumping over him like he's in the 110-meter hurdles, like he's Colin Jackson. The man slid off the pitch and then turned around while he's on all fours and made Gabriel hurdle him like he. I said he's twerking. Yo, I swear down. I thought he turned into Soldier Boy, fam. You know what I mean? You know when Soldier Boy used to, you. These men were disappearing off the screen, fam. I don't know what was going on. You got Gabriel looking like he's in the Grand National. Man's, you know what I mean, jumping the hurdles. It was all mad, fam. It was all mad. Oh, man. Painful. That was painful. Jota, man. He destroyed a couple. He destroyed a couple, man, here, you know. I don't know what Ben White's doing. I can't lie. I don't know what Ben White is doing. The man goes to block the shot and ends up on all fours, fam, with Gabriel jumping over him. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in the penalty area, and then the goalkeeper 6. And Jota's just dancing around these, man. Just literally dancing around them. Egg and spoon race settings, man. Sports day, like you're saying. And then, listen, if only I could play the clip, man. Days like this, I just need that footage. I need the rights to that content. Because what happens to Ramsdale as well, I mean, I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big, big trouble. And I don't want to be in big, big trouble. So I think it's best we leave it. But, yo, Jota had Ben White twerking on the Anfield pitch. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, £50 million midfielder ends up on, or centre-backs on, man ends up on all fours. Man said Central C settings, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yo. I don't know what's going on here, man. But Benjamin, listen, next time, Bridget, stay on your feet. They tell you this from a young age as a centre-back, you know. Stay on your feet, bro. Don't end up on all fours at Anfield, man. That ain't the way to go out, Benjamin, man. I'm telling you. Don't let them do you like that, man. Man ended up on all fours, and then let me just try and move this along without playing it. Can I get? Yeah, look now. Look, Ramsdale's done. He's leaning down. Look, this guy's got his fist up. It's all mad. We're mad. We're mad. I think we have to move on from that one, people. That was an embarrassing one. That one hurt. Man put Ben White on all fours, fam. Dancing on ice settings. And then this is the final one. Just to add salt into the wound, people. A very open, painful wound. Man said activated goalie on FIFA. Yo, it's pro clubs, man, when you turn into the goalkeeper and the man shoots and you dive too late. You know what I mean? It's mad. It's all mad. This goal here for me, I put some of this blame down to Emile Smith-Rowe. If only I could show the footage. Of course, I'm down to still images, unfortunately. But about 3 seconds prior to this, Emile Smith-Rowe is actually in front of Trent Alexander. Now Trent is bombing on to get on the overlap, and Smith-Rowe decides to just stop running and leave him. Salah gets a 2-on-1 against Nuno Tavares, drops it into Trent. Trent rolls it across Minamino back post. As you can see, Minamino at this stage is being marked. The problem is Gabriel tracks the run of Mane and leaves Minamino unmarked. Game, set, and match. Pack your bags, get out of Anfield. Done. Finished. Painful stuff. We got peppered, mate. I was saying at the time, we got peppered like a Sunday steak, mate. Them man destroyed us. They destroyed us, and it was painful. It was absolutely painful to watch. So there you go. Like I said, first goal, Gabriel's fault. Nuno Tavares for the second. Third one, Ben White, slip and slide. And the fourth one, Emile Smith-Rowe doesn't track the runner, and we're done. Tomiyasu's not marking Minamino at the back post as well, so painful settings. Big up Fran in the chat. Hope you're well, bro. He said, wait the third when he's chasing Mane, then slides for no reason is unreal. Bro, man, it's all mad. It's all mad. He's on the edge of the penalty area. Stand him up, try and win the ball. The last thing you do is go to ground there, man. The last thing you do is go to ground. Because if he drops that shoulder as he did, you're finished. You've got no escape plan, you know? Fran, let us know if you're on today, bro. Promote it. Zach, thank you for the super chat. Said Ben White on all fours. Nah. Listen, man, we can't be reading that out, Zach. But oh man's leaving our 50 million centre back on all fours. It's mad. Raul said we gas our players so much we are not good enough. I mean, I don't know. I try not to gas them too much, but hey, Benjamin, I don't watch football. I only twerks. He had a bad day at the office, man. South London's fine. Oh, yeah, 1.3K in here. Big up to all of you, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. We're breaking it down, people. Arsenal therapy settings is back in full effect. As you can see, I called the show Reality Check. I think all the hype, all the 10-game unbeaten run, all those clean sheets, all of that has gone out the window. No one ain't talking about that no more. Everyone's like, yo, man, maybe we're not as good as we actually thought we were, and maybe we got caught in the hype. It was a reality check. We're going to do the player rating shortly. Let me just get into some more of your comments. Fran's on at 4:30. Big up to Fran. Make sure you go and check him out. I'm sure he'll have a heck of a lot to say. Player ratings, I'm going to have a lot to say, people. It's not going to be pretty. I can't lie. It's not going to be pretty. I'm going to be honest. Like I said, I want to put things into context. And this is why I always try and add a bit of humour to it. Because I don't want people to think I'm just on here saying we're rubbish, every player's bad, everything at the club's bad. We are fifth. We do play Newcastle this week at home. Newcastle are bottom of the league. We can be level on points with West Ham, who are fourth if we beat Newcastle and West Ham drop points. It's not the end of the world. However, the one thing I wanted to address was I expect Arsenal to go to Liverpool and compete. I don't care how good Liverpool are. I don't care how bad we've been over the past few years. Our team is not worth much less than theirs in terms of how much it costs. And yeah, Liverpool are a better team than us. If Liverpool play well and Arsenal play well, Liverpool will beat us because they're a better team with a better manager. And I can hold my hands up for that. Completely hold my hands up with that. But if you end up going there, and like I said, I don't think we worked hard enough. I don't think we had a plan B apart from playing out from the back, which Liverpool love that. They're the best pressing team in Europe. And he didn't make the right substitutions, in my opinion. We're going to speak about that in the player ratings. And then on top of that, you got Liverpool fans in the comments basically tapping us on the back, giving us pity. I'm sorry, I don't want that kind of pity. I think when they feel sorry for you, that's even worse than when they're angry with you, you know? So, but it is what it is. Let's see. Listen, it's a long season, but for me, I thought that was an embarrassing display. Penalty Spot said, at least Arteta can see how big the gap is. Best get some polyfiller. I mean, as Fran says, man, polyfiller settings, he needs to rebuild the whole wall, man. The polyfiller ain't doing nothing. Cronke out said, Saka needs to be benched, my bro. He's not been performing. And Arteta still picks him. Listen, I think Saka may need a rest. Do you know what it is? Again, I don't want to be too hard on the players, but at the same time, if we can praise them when they're doing well, they have to get constructive criticism. I feel the criticism that I lay at the players or the manager is always constructive. I'm not abusive. There's no agenda. I'm just saying what I see. Bukayo Saka has not been in good form for Arsenal this season, and he didn't finish last season well. In fact, I would say the best Saka we've seen this season is playing for England. He's playing better for England than he is for Arsenal. Now, maybe that's because England have got a better team than Arsenal, so in his defence. But when you've got Martinelli and Pepe on the bench, I think you've got to at least drag him off in that game and give somebody else a chance. AS45 said, you're being too harsh, Curtis. Non-delusional fans knew we were going to lose. We can beat all the teams outside of Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool. 4th place is the goal. Now, listen, as I always say, I don't avoid these comments. I don't mind constructive criticism or debate. It's healthy. That's what football's about. I just don't think that... All right, what I agree with, 4th place is the goal. I don't think Arsenal are anywhere near good enough to get in the top 3. We saw that on the weekend. But like Thomas from Norway saying here, it's the way we lost. I watched Liverpool against Brighton the other week. Brighton were at Anfield having a go, making life difficult, you know. They had a plan B. They knew how to get at Liverpool while still being solid at the back. How can Brighton do that? But Arsenal can't. Our team is worth probably 4 times what Brighton's is worth. How can we not have a plan B apart from let's play out from the back against the best pressing team in Europe when we haven't got the midfielders to deal with that? So, like I said, it's one thing to say, okay, well, we went there and maybe we're going to get beat. But the way we got beat, it's the way we got beat, my friend. That's what I'm saying. There is a way of doing it. People saying Brighton got a good manager. Well, you know, that's a whole different debate. Let's get into a couple of other things. I mean, listen, I wanted to bring this up. I want to bring this picture up because, I'm here to bring up facts, people. I always tell people, right, when you come on this channel, I will give my opinion, but I'll try and back things up with facts. 50% of this Arsenal team, in my opinion, is not working on a regular basis. The 50% is the middle of midfield and the attack. And these are the reasons. These are the stats that I want to bring to your attention if you have not seen these. This is damning, in my opinion. This is absolutely damning. And this is something that most Arsenal fans are not used to. Seeing an Arsenal team that cannot function right in attack. For anybody that's listening and obviously can't see the screen, I'll read out the stats. Arsenal have scored 13 goals this season, the 14th out of the 20 teams in the Premier League. Goals from open play, Arsenal have scored 7. 19th in the Premier League. Only Norwich, people, only Norwich have scored less goals from open play. And we all know what Norwich are, let's be honest. They are dreadful. They're a championship team. Expected goals, 13.8 out of the games we've played. 12th in the Premier League. Big chances. I mean, this one is damning. Now, listen. We'll do the player ratings, and I will say what I've got to say about Aubameyang. I know a lot of you are saying, listen, you got to give it to Aubameyang today. He's been awful. Let me get one thing straight, and this is not me defending Aubameyang. This is purely speaking about the way we play football. It does not matter if you've got Aubameyang, Haaland, Vlahovic, Isaac, Osimhen, any of them strikers that you want in this Arsenal team. 7 big chances created in the Premier League this season. 7 big chances created in the Premier League. I mean, Liverpool must have created 5 in that one game against us. 7 big chances in the Premier League. What? Like, listen, I was a striker. I never had the pleasure of playing at the level these guys are playing. I look at that Arsenal team, you would hate to play up front for that team. You would hate it. You're just going to be running around like a headless chicken. Where's the service? How come Arsenal have spent over £240 million under Mikel Arteta's tenureship and we've got no creativity in this team? How come over all these years we've never replaced Santi Cazorla? We do not have a press-resistant centre midfielder that can go and get the ball off the centre-back and make things happen. They trying to, PR us that Granit Xhaka is that guy. But we all know Granit Xhaka is not press-resistant. He would have made no difference in this game. Shot conversion, 8.4%, 16th. And possession, 47%, 13th. Now, people tell me, how can you not see what Mikel Arteta's style of football is? He wants to play possession-based football. He bought a ball-playing goalkeeper, a ball-playing centre-back to enable us to play out from the back. Now, you explain to me how we're only keeping on average 47% possession, how we've only created 7 big chances in 12 Premier League games. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't get caught up in too many stats in football because sometimes stats tell a different story and you may have played a lot of the top teams, so possession may get higher when we play against lesser teams, this, that, the other. But our attack stinks right now. And our creativity stinks as well. Where's the creative midfielder? It's not Sambi Lokonga. It's not Partey. It's not Xhaka. It's not El Neni. It's not Ainsley Maitland-Niles. So where's the creativity supposed to come from? Odegaard at the moment is, it ain't working for him right now. He can't get in the team. These things need to be addressed quickly as well. Quickly. We needed Awar, Basuma and a striker. Why have we not in 2 summers signed a ball-playing centre midfielder? And I'm not talking about Sambi Lokonga because Sambi Lokonga is unproven. He's not ready to dominate this Arsenal midfield. He's not. He's learning his trade. Penalty Spot said, we have to be honest. The supply to our strike force is done. No striker can perform without supply. Simple facts. Especially when both your strikers are in their 30s. You need service when you're in your 30s, and we're not getting it. We're not creating it. So, Sean P, appreciate the super chat, bro, said, I've been going to the Emirates this season and I had no idea we were this terrible. This is worse than I thought. These are damning stats. I couldn't believe it when I saw these stats. I got to be honest. I looked at that and I said, wow. Listen, my age group that I am, I caught the end of George Graham's time at Arsenal as a fan, but I was young. So I grew up on Arsene Wenger. So maybe I've been spoiled as a fan. Arsene Wenger's teams never had any problem scoring goals. We couldn't defend. That was our problem towards the end. Even Unai Emery's Arsenal were banging goals in that full season. Aubameyang won the Golden Boot. Arteta's got to figure out a way to get Arsenal scoring because this will ruin our season. I know a lot of you are saying Aubameyang has got to go, this, that, the other. I don't see him getting replaced this season. I don't see Arsenal going and spending 70 million on a striker in January. So we've got to figure out a way to get more out of the players that we've got. Otherwise, this season will run away from us. We can't just rely on Aaron Ramsdale to keep us in games every week. We've actually got to go and outscore teams and play teams off the pitch. Thomas said a fit Odegaard could become it, but he's not there now. I mean, I think, listen, as far as I'm aware, he's been fit. They've just changed formation and taken him out. Pep Teta said that's why with these stats, even if we have Mbappe up front, we won't score in that Liverpool match. Not with this system and philosophy that we're doing it. It's making life difficult. Latte, big up to you, bro, said it's Mikel Arteta. He is the problem. I mean, I'm not trying to make this too much of an Arteta, slanging match type of thing. But when you've been at the club for 2 years and you've spent £240 million, I expect these kind of things to have been sorted out. You've had enough money to have dealt with that. I look at Arsenal and I kind of think we need another And that team looks to me like it needs another 150 million. A good striker is going to cost you 70 million. A creative midfielder is going to cost you 40 million. There's one or two other positions we probably need to address. He needs another 150. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. As I said, people, and Victor's saying, we are fifth and I'm still hearing Arteta out. I think why people are still frustrated with this manager is because, number one, I think his style of football doesn't really... I don't think we're consistently successful with it. I feel like with Arsenal, you'll get a good 20, 30 minutes out of us and we'll win that game possibly. But then the next week you don't see it. You know, I don't think we maintain it for long periods of time, which tells me that the team are struggling to implement what he is asking of them on a regular basis. Anthony said Arteta has had 2 years as our manager, yet we finished 8th twice, dropped out of Europe for the first time in 25 years, and I've had stats like this since he rocked up. It won't change. I mean, I'm going to read you another stat, people. And listen, I hate to do the whole stat thing, but some of these stats are absolutely like, you just can't believe it. Arsenal had 5 touches in the opposition penalty area against Liverpool. 5 touches, people. Like, that is just unbelievable. Arsenal had 5 touches in the Liverpool penalty area. That's the fewest they've had in a Premier League game in the last 6 seasons. Arsene Wenger was the manager at the time. 6 seasons, that is the fewest touches we've had in a penalty area. You just cannot tell me that we did anything in that game. I'm hearing a lot of people say, yep, first half, I thought we did well. I mean, I felt like we were hanging on. I felt like we were hanging on from the start of the game. These stats are crazy, man. The man's breaking records you don't want broken. Ziggy, big up for the super chat, said, Curtis, I hear you, but subs is partly to blame. Modern day strikers do more than score goals. He can't dribble and barely make a pass. I'm assuming you were saying Aubameyang instead of subs. But listen, this is something I want to say. And I know you're going to say here, you're defending Aubameyang. But listen, I'm just going to say this in general. When a football club signs a player or renews the contract of a player, you need to have a plan in place. So you need to say, right, Aubameyang is approaching 30. We gave him the new deal. I think he was 30, just turning. You need to have a plan in place to say, right, if we're going to give Aubameyang 300 grand a week and he's in his 30s, how can we get the best out of him? His pace is going to start going. How can we keep him scoring goals? This picture on screen is the complete opposite of what you actually need to be doing to get the best. And this isn't just about Aubameyang, because a lot of you will still say Aubameyang's not good enough. That's fair enough. Are you telling me any striker is going to thrive with those stats that you're seeing on your screen here? How is any striker supposed to thrive with those stats on your screen? 7 big chances created. Who's going to thrive in that? Now, we can keep looking at strikers from the outside. Oh, go and buy Osimhen, go and buy Vlahovic. If I'm a striker and Mikel Arteta rings me up to sign me for Arsenal and I've got the choice of going to other big clubs around Europe, I don't want to play for a team that plays like that with 7 big chances in 12 league games. I don't want to play for that team because you're going to make me look like I'm terrible because I'm going to be up there starving, not getting no chances. So, listen, I get it. I get it, people. I understand the Aubameyang frustration, and I'm right there with you. I've defended him a lot, so I look probably worse than most people because I'm telling you that I still believe that Aubameyang's a decent striker. I just think he can't operate in this team, and I think he's maybe not working hard enough as well. Listen, we're going to do player rating shortly, right? And no one's going to get let off the hook. If you put Aubameyang in that Liverpool team that we played on Saturday, he scores minimum 20 league goals if he's fit. And I believe I can say that with confidence. I don't look at Aubameyang as a finished striker. I look at him as a striker that can no longer operate in this team. So you could say within this Arsenal system and team, he's seriously having a bad time, like to the point where we may have to replace him. I don't buy into this theory that, you know what, Aubameyang's just finished. I just don't look at it like that. I just think he can't operate in this team. And I think at times, he doesn't work hard enough and doesn't lead us. He's not a leader, though. He shouldn't be the captain. He's the captain because he was our star player. He's not the captain because he's an insane leader. And we've been down this road before. Thierry Henry was not a great captain. He got the armband because he was our best player. So, MD said, are you suggesting we build a team around him? No, what I'm suggesting, MD, is when you give a 30-year-old 300 grand a week, you have to build your attack around him. You have to. You have to, because otherwise there's no point giving him the contract. If Mikel Arteta looked at Aubameyang and thought, you know what? He's limited. His link-up play is not that good. With his back to goal, he's not that good. That's not really the way I want to play. He should have just been brave and said, listen, the fans aren't going to like this, but I'm selling him. I'm selling him. If you decide to keep him, you have to build the attack around him. The same way Leicester built their attack around Jamie Vardy. They knew his game was going to start fading slightly. The pace may go. I feel like we just gave Aubameyang a new contract and said, right, you're our best player. There's 300 grand. Just see if you can continue to keep performing at that standard you've been performing at. And he hasn't been able to. So the blame has to go with both. The blame has to go, number one, Arsenal don't have a team to get the best out of him. And two, Aubameyang is fading, and at times you could even say he's not working hard enough and definitely not performing enough. He plays Giroud tactics with Aubameyang. Do you know what? When Giroud was at Arsenal, I always used to say, and I say this all the time, and I know this is easy to say, I said, if you put Giroud in a team that puts a lot of crosses in, he'll be a good striker. We had Sanchez, who always wanted to score, and Theo Walcott, who doesn't put in a good cross. When Giroud went to Chelsea, you've seen that he's a very good striker. He's won the World Cup in the French team, not really for his goals, but for his link-up play. Strikers suffer sometimes at the way they're being fed. You put Giroud in a team that puts crosses in, he's going to look great. You put Aubameyang in a team that puts crosses in, he's going to look terrible. I think Aubameyang is part of the problem, and I think the system and the manager is part of the problem. We have got no plan in place to get the best out of him, and he's suffering and the team is suffering. So we're going to have a big decision to make at the end of the season. But what I will say, nobody's going to sign Aubameyang. So he's going to be here until the end of his contract. He's 32 years of age, and he's on 300 grand. Who would sign Aubameyang at that point in his career? Absolutely no one. So whilst I agree with a lot of you with Aubameyang, this manager's got to find a way to get something out of him. They're not going to allow him to just do nothing with a guy on so much money. But listen, I love all the comments. I can see what you're saying. Listen, do you know that before the game against Liverpool, Aubameyang has made more pressing runs than any striker in the Premier League this season? So he is working hard. He's working. He's running. His hold-up play's always been bang average. It was terrible against Liverpool, and we're going to get into player ratings. I don't think it is Ozil 2.0. I really don't. I think Ozil down tools couldn't be bothered. I don't think Aubameyang has down tools. I just think he's failing to perform in a team that the attack just stinks. And maybe, I think he has faded over the last 18 months as well, which you expect to happen to a guy in his 30s. So I think, the club have to figure out a way. Yeah, you're right, MCA. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. You'd be mad as hell if Arteta would have sold him. I would. At the time, he was our best player, biggest scorer. No way I wanted him sold. Right, we've got lots more to get through, people. This is going to be a long show. We're an hour in. I still haven't done player ratings or the press conference. So let's do the player ratings. And this won't be pretty, I can't lie. This is not going to be a pretty picture. Polymation, big up to you, bro. Said, big up, Curtis. We were naive thinking we could get a result at Anfield. We need to do them at the Emirates. Zim Zimmer said, no food you don't eat. Simple. Simple things, man. There ain't no food there for Oba. get a few crumbs and that's it. You can't fill your belly up on that. Right, let's get into player ratings. You know the drill, people. I want you to tell me your numbers in the comments, and there's going to be some low numbers today. Let's start with the one player that is going to get a high number. And it's unbelievable that we lost the game 4-0, yet crazily enough, this guy was the Arsenal man of the match. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, people. 1,500 people in here. We're approaching 40k. And like I said, big up to everyone for the support on the watch-along against Liverpool. We got great numbers. Aaron Ramsdale, Arsenal man of the match, made great saves. Still, part of me believes he could have maybe done better on the Mane goal. I don't know if I'm doing him a disservice. Conceded 4. Could he have done anything? Probably not. I can't lie, I'm between a 7 and an 8. I feel like it's hard to give a guy an 8 when you've conceded 4. But he almost kept us in the game. Give me your comments, people. I'm between a 7 and an 8. It should be a 7.5, really. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Got done by Jota. He did. I'm going to give him a 7. He had him sliding out the ground. I'm going to give him a 7. I think a 7 is fair for him. He did stop it being 8-0. I just think when you're a goalkeeper and you've conceded a four goals, you still got a... Man said Troops gave him a 10. He can't get a 10. 10's got to be a clean sheet. 7 out of 10. Man of the match. 7.5. He stopped us from getting fried. 7. I'll give him a 7. 7 out of 10. 7, 8 out of 10. 7.5 maybe. But yeah, Dennis is in here. I'm sure you had a good weekend, didn't you, Dennis? You know what I mean? Lots of Liverpool fans popped up out of nowhere this weekend. Lumi said Jota sent him for a PG tip. 7 is fair. Troops give him a 10. Nah, man, not for me. He don't get a 10. I'm giving him a 7. This is where it's going to go downhill drastically, people. Drastically. Let's go into the defence. We'll start with Tomiyasu. I mean, Tomiyasu, he did okay, but then when I look at it, Sadio Mane got man of the match and scored and got an assist. So Tomiyasu played against Mane. Mane gets a goal and assist and gets man of the match. You can't really have done your job. But where are we going with this? Give me your comments. I'm thinking 4 or 5. It's got to be low. I feel like Mane didn't necessarily do him that much on an individual basis. Like, I don't remember Mane getting him and like kind of just running past him. I felt he got caught out of position a lot. You look at some of them goals, that last goal, Minamino back post, Tomiyasu isn't there. I'm giving him 4. I'm giving him 4 out of 10. I told people it ain't going to be pretty. It ain't going to be pretty. He gets a 4 for me. I felt he got dealt with. I thought Mane dealt with him out of position. Won a few headers, though. I'm giving him a 4. 4 for Tomiyasu. Some of you giving him 5. Khalid's giving him a 7. There's no way any outfield player for Arsenal's getting anything anywhere near. Man said Samurai. Nah, listen. These ratings are generous. 4 or 3. I'm giving him a 4. I think 4 is fair. He didn't play well. The one thing I'll give him credit for, put a fantastic crossing in the first half, which Bukayo Saka should have done a lot better with, and not many people have spoken about that cross and the poor header from Saka. Adam's being very kind. He said, Tommy, a 6 for me. He weren't the worst defender, didn't offer nothing going forward. And I do think that's a problem when you've got a right-back that doesn't get forward. I think it hurts your right winger. Tomiyasu gets a 4. Let's go to Nuno Tavares. Hoo, hoo, hoo. He went barking mad, mate. That's all I can say. He was actually having a good game. That's the sad thing about Nuno Tavares. You look at that first half, Salah didn't really do anything. he was doing all right. He comes out second half, makes a horrendous mistake. He gave the ball away a couple of times afterwards as well. Like you said, Kems, man, the brother had head loss. You know, and like I said, when we signed him, I spoke to a few Benfica YouTubers, and they said, listen, you will enjoy him going forward. You will not like him defending. And unfortunately, we find out the hard way. I'm going to give him... I've got to give him a low rating, man. It's an absolute stinker. You know, you learn as a child, do not pass the ball up across your own penalty area like that. I'm going to give him... Played well first half, but the mistakes were dreadful. I'm going to give him a 3. Some people saying, blaming him for the other goal as well. I think he got done down the line just before 2 or 3. I'm going to be kind and give him a 3 just because he's a young player and he played well first half. But I think I'm being kind on him there. Man said Nuno turned into a cat today. South London's giving him a 3. Lack of experience, 3. Out of his depth, says Nick. His game disappeared. I'm being kind, giving him a 3 because he's a young player. FOB said, or FBO94, sorry, said Tavares' performance is the end result of Arteta buying inexperience to gas up a youth project. And listen, I agree with that. It does take us back to the summer, and you have to say, if you're putting a team into these kind of situations, this is probably the day where you didn't want a bunch of new players that were inexperienced playing in this game. You wanted a bit of experienced people with know-how that could handle this. So you do have to look at the recruitment. Let's talk about the 2 centre-backs. I mean, I'll start with Gabriel. I think him and Ben White wasn't a good day at the office. As I said, you know, Gabriel's at fault for the first goal. He loses the header. He loses the flight of the ball. That, for me, is bang average defending. I expect Gabriel to do better. It was pretty solid before that. I think they were massively exposed by the midfield. I thought the midfield completely exposed our 2 centre-backs. It doesn't help also when, obviously, your fullbacks are making mistakes. Where am I going to go with the 2 centre-backs? I think they were better than Tavares and Tomiyasu, if I'm being honest. I'm going to give him a 5. I'm going to give Gabriel a 5. He was at fault for the goal, though. I mean, I gave Tomiyasu a 4. See, the more I think about it, the more I'm lowering. I'm going to give him a 5. I think he was better than Tomiyasu. I gave a 4. He scrapes a 5, I got to be honest. But he was at fault for the goal, in my opinion. And as we saw, he should have done better. I'm not going to write him off. Yeah, he didn't really make a big mistake. I just felt we capitulated. You know, that famous word, capitulated. Do I give him a 4? No, I'll give him a 5. I'll scrape him a 5. But he was poor as well. Ben White as well. Can't give him a high rating either. I'm almost... Do you know what? No, I'm going to give him a 5. Ben White, I'm going to give a... I've seen some people saying that Ben White played well. I thought Ben White was bang average. You know, the man went sliding out the ground, got done when he should have stood up, gave the ball away a couple of times in the first half. I give Ben White a 4. I thought Gabriel was a tiny bit better than him, but they were both poor. I can't lie, they were both poor. Tell me what you're saying, people. Ben White 4, slip and slide a 3. Ben White a 3. Some of you might be thinking, you know, you're being a little bit kind with these ratings. I actually think that the midfielders and the fullbacks made this game even more difficult for the centre-backs, which is why they're getting, you know... Man said slide him a 4. That's all I can slide him. Polymation said 3 for Ben White. Shocking game. Jota did him in. He destroyed him. Gabriel... I know what you're saying. Yeah, Gabriel maybe should get a 4 as well because, you know, it's the first goal as well. Yeah, maybe we give Gabriel a 4 as well, you know, because that first goal opens the floodgates. If we get in at half-time 0-0, I'm giving Ben White a 4. I'm giving Gabriel a 4 as well. I'm downgrading him. I think he opened the floodgates to that game. Let's go into the midfield, people. I mean, listen, I don't know. I don't know where to start here. I'm going to start with... Let's start with the more experienced one of the two, Thomas Partey. I mean, I don't know what to make of this performance. I really don't. I mean, I don't think he looked fit. You hardly noticed him on the pitch. We got ran ragged in midfield. He didn't get near anyone. One thing I said after this game, I said, do you remember at any point in this game, you're losing, you're at Anfield, did you see anybody just go and clatter someone? Bang! Yeah, I'll take the yellow card. I just want these men to know, if you're beating this Arsenal team, you're not doing it without some stud marks on your leg. Sometimes, I know it sounds horrible, and you might kind of think that's got nothing to do with football. Sometimes you just got to rock someone. You got to go and clatter Mo Salah, clatter Mane. I saw Mane clattering our players left, right and centre. Dark arts. Thomas Partey, middle and midfield, powerful player. Go and wrap up Fabinho in a tackle. Leave one on him if you have to when we're losing the game. I never seen this brother all game. Didn't see him. Said it when we signed him. He will be like clear water and we will pollute this guy. This guy is so polluted right now. It's unbelievable. I don't know what we've done to this guy. Yeah, you get the odd good performance out of him where he's a beast. But then you have games like this. He was non-existent. He was non-existent. Didn't look fit. Shouldn't have played. Did nothing in the game. I mean, what do I give him here? 3? Now I'm doing his. I feel like I should have given some of the other players even lower ratings, to be honest. I don't know. I don't even know what to give him. He did nothing. He didn't look fit. I don't think he was fit. I'll give him a 4 because I don't think he was fit. He did nothing. He was non-existent. His performance was probably worse than a 4, right? The only reason I'm giving him a 4 is because I don't think he was fit, and I don't think he should have been on the pitch. His performance, to be honest, is probably like a 2 or a 3, to be honest. The only reason I'm giving him the 4 is because I think the manager shouldn't have played him if he wasn't fit. They've seen him in training. He didn't make it, some people say, 4's too high. But he didn't make any crazy mistakes. He just didn't look like he was up to speed. He's been out for a few weeks. He's had an injury. He was poor. He was poor. Maybe a 3. Maybe a 3. Do we give him a 3? We give him a 3, but he didn't look fit. But I'm putting some of that performance down to the manager. Let's go with the guy next to him. I mean, the other week they called him Bambi Lokonga. Bambi was back, man. Bambi was back in full effect. Again, I have to say this, people. I have to say this. So, yeah, I give Partey a 3, like I said, but I'm putting some of that down to the manager. I don't think he dealt with him properly. Cliff said, under a different experience, Gaffer, we lose 2-1 or draw. Mikel watched ESR, Aubameyang, Saka stink up the place and did nothing. Inept. 3 Martinelli. Big up Cliff with a super chat. Albert Sambi Lokonga could not deal with what was being asked of him. It was way too much for him. It was way too much for him. He was giving the ball away. We're trying to play progressive passes through the pitch. And he's giving the ball away. Couldn't cope. Couldn't live with it. It was way too much. First half, he wasn't dreadful. Second half, it just got worse quickly. Again, Sambi's probably looking at Thomas Partey like, yo, my brother, guide me here, You're the 27, 28-year-old with Champions League experience. I've come from the Belgium League, you know what I'm saying? I'm now at Anfield playing against Fabinho and Thiago. I need Big Bro to give me some guidance here. Big Bro's just hiding, and I'm trying to... Sambi, it was a learning. I'm giving him a 3. He couldn't handle it. But again, I put some of the blame down to the manager. I put some of the blame down to the guy who was playing next to him. Man, where's the guidance? Where's the experience? Our midfield is absolutely bang average. So as much as I'm saying Albert Sambi Lokonga put in a poor performance, he should not be in that situation. We should have signed another midfielder. That should have been Thomas Partey if he was fit, and Basuma or Aouar or Renato Sanchez, experienced players that have played at decent levels on a regular basis. He didn't look ready. He was like a fish out of water, flapping all over the place. Have you ever seen a fish when it comes out of water and it's just flapping all over the place? That's what Sambi Lokonga was doing, mate. He was flapping all over Anfield. 3 out of 10. Levan said, Curtis, you're forgetting Partey. He's not 27, he's 47. I mean, people now saying he's got grandkids. Man saying Thomas Partey's got grandkids. That's why Atletico sold him to us. Listen, like I said, Sambi didn't have a great game, but listen, ask questions of the manager and ask questions of Thomas Partey. Where was the guidance? Let's talk about the 2 young bucks, people. Let's start with Bukayo Saka. I want to talk about Mikel Arteta, because why is it that Bukayo Saka is now in a situation at Arsenal Football Club where it seems like no matter how bad he plays and no matter how many games he is poor, we don't sub him off, we don't rest him, we don't drop him. He's almost, you would think that he was Thierry Henry or prime Alexis Sanchez or prime Cesc Fabregas. It's like he can't be taken off. He can't be dropped. I think Bukayo Saka had an absolute stinker at Anfield. I thought he had an absolute stinker. Arteta's putting he's relying too heavily on these 2 youngsters right now, and it's not good. It's not good. Bukayo Saka was up against Tsimikas. Now, Tsimikas, from what I've seen, looks like a decent player. However, he's Liverpool's second choice left back. Robertson was out. I was looking at that as, do you know what? Maybe Saka can get at this Tsimikas and make life difficult for him. He didn't do anything. There was one time in the first half, he got the ball in the penalty area. Tsimikas was in front of him. I'm thinking, go at him. He just kicked the ball straight at him like he was trying to shoot. I'm like, brother, the guy's 1 yard in front of you. You've kicked it straight in his stomach. What are you doing? People aren't even talking about the fact that header that I was talking about with Tomiyasu puts a great ball in, pretty much a free header, and he doesn't. Saka was awful in my opinion. What I will say, he worked hard. He did work hard in the first half. He did help Tomiyasu defensively. But I just think he weren't there. Remember when I was saying last week, go and get Raheem Sterling? And we had people saying, Sterling ain't this, he ain't that. Sterling's better than every winger at Arsenal. Let me get that clear. He walks into this Arsenal team purely for the fact that when he gets the ball, he drives at people and dribbles. Saka gets a free for me. Saka needs to be dropped. Rested, dropped, however you want to dress it up. He needs to come out of the team. We play Newcastle this weekend. I would bring him out of the team. I would put Martinelli or Pepe back in there. Simple as that. Polymation said we have a squad of players to compete for places. Pepe should start versus Newcastle, and he won't do it. He'll play Saka again. He'll play him again. Yeah, Sterling probably won't come now because he played. He was brilliant yesterday. Anyone see the goal that he scored yesterday? Look at the run he makes off the defender. Great finish. Let's talk about Emile Smith-Rowe. I always say in football, people, when a player plays well, we hype them up more than anybody. Sometimes we overhype some of these players. It's only fair that when players don't turn up, they get fairly constructive criticism. Emile Smith-Rowe looked like he didn't want to go to war with Liverpool. He looked like he wasn't up for it. You all right, cool. You're getting all that hype right now. Emile Smith-Rowe, Croydon, De Bruyne, England squad, new contract. Yep, we love it. I love to see it. As Grizz said, man, this was the big dogs. You're up against Trent. You got Salah on the overlap. What have you got? I didn't see Emile Smith-Rowe run at Trent once in the entire game. Not once. Man said Casper De Bruyne. Yo, I couldn't see him. I didn't see him. Sometimes you gotta relax when we're hyping up these youngsters a little bit. Keep their feet on the ground. Yeah, they're good. Let's enjoy them. Hail end, good performances, big them up. Let's not start putting them on levels that they're not quite at yet. He didn't want the smoke for me. Cliff said Smith-Rowe isn't a winger, but he's been playing on the wing week after week and getting hyped up. This ain't San Marino. You ain't playing against your local butcher or the school teacher or the guy driving the taxi, bro. You're playing against Trent. I said it in the preview. For me, Trent is the best right back in the Premier League. Some would say Reece James. Some would say Cancelo. He's certainly top 3. Didn't trouble him at all, was non-existent in this game. I can't remember him doing anything in the game. What do I give him? I always say I give more credit to somebody that tries and it doesn't work than somebody that doesn't try. I thought Smith-Rowe stunk out the place. He did nothing. I'm going to be kind to him and give him a 3. But he's lucky to get that. Really should be getting a 2. He did absolutely nothing. But I'm going to give him a 3. Shadow of his former self. He's a young player. He's been in form. I'm just about letting him off with a 3. Let's talk about the front two. I know you're all waiting for my Aubameyang rating, aren't you? You're waiting for me to rip Aubameyang apart. ESR was on incognito mode. I'm telling you, he was on airplane mode. You couldn't even use what was going on. Lacazette, for me, was unfairly taken off. I don't know what other people... Some people have been... I've seen some player ratings. Some people are ripping Lacazette. He wasn't great, don't get me wrong. I thought Lacazette was our best attacking player. Better than both the wingers. The wingers did nothing. Aubameyang, we're going to speak about him. Lacazette was our best attacking player. He plays that through ball, round the corner to Aubameyang, and I think Aubameyang should do better with that. And then all of a sudden, you're giving Lacazette an assist. He worked hard, won a couple free kicks. I'm giving him 5 out of 10. I'm giving him 5 out of 10. Some people saying he doesn't have the legs for 90, maybe not. He was our most fouled player apparently as well. 4 or 5. I mean, listen, it ain't like a positive 5. He's scraping a 5. But when I saw the manager taking him off, I was like, should you be taking off Aubameyang over Laka, in my opinion? Snake Eye said Laka 5 out of 10 should never have been subbed off. 5 out of 10 is fair. Defo a 5. Aubameyang and Lacazette get a 7 together. Right. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Skipper. Highest paid player. Star man. Former Golden Boot winner. He said during the week he is the coolest captain in world football. There's nobody cooler than him. He drives Lamborghinis. He has nice haircuts. He says funny words like fofty and swag, swag, swag. But this was another Pierre-Emerick Odimwengi performance, people. Now, on one hand, no service, but as a striker, when you're having a bad day at the office, when the ball's not coming to you, what you've got to do is do everything you can possibly do to help the team, i.e. work your socks off, press everyone. When the ball comes to you, do your best to hold up play, bring people into the game, and if you get any kind of chance, even half chance, do your best to put it away. He had a pretty decent chance. It was a lovely ball from Laka. Alisson came out, which I didn't think he needed to. I'm thinking, Aubameyang, put your foot through the ball. He moving like he kicked the floor, bruv. I don't know what was going off, man. I mean, it's all right being the coolest captain in Europe, but we need a captain that can lead, that can score. He stunk out the place. He may as well have not been on the pitch. It was a weak performance. What do I give him? Give me some numbers, people. Give me some numbers. How low are we going? Was he the worst player on the pitch? I don't think he was. But he was one of the worst attackers. What do I give? I give Smith Rowe and them, man, a 3, innit? I give him... Man are jumping in with 0s and 1s and 2s. You lot hate Aubameyang, innit? Oh, man, you lot hate Aubameyang still. Man are coming with 1s and 2s. Someone said 5, no, sir. Playing like a rusty Honda. Yo, man. 2. Aubameyang is done out here. Saka was worse, I'd say 3. 2. Listen, I'm giving him a 3. I'm giving him a 3. I don't feel like he was any worse than like Saka and Smith Rowe and Nuno Tavares. I think I gave them 3s. I'm going to give him a 3. Strikers Union, you man are giving him 0s. His hold-up play was horrendous. Man said Gabonese Curtis Shaw, yo, Tommy, have some respect. Yeah, I can hold the ball up. Man said a cool 2. Oh, man. I mean, listen, he did nothing. He did nothing. No leadership. I mean, he got the armband by... You know, he shouldn't have got the armband anyway in the first place. He only got it because we don't have another leader. What are you saying? 2. You lot are not happy with the 3, innit? People saying the 3's too high. 2. Chris Wood has more goals than the polished Gervinho. Gabonese Agbon Lahore. Benteke has more goals. Gingerly a 2. He has some snail pace. Gave away that stupid foul. Oh, he did, didn't he? It was a bad foul. We're giving him a 2. I won't let him off. He's getting a 2. I forgot about the foul. He did nothing. He did nothing. I'm giving him a 2. I actually forgot about the free kick that he gave away. 2 or 3. But then Tavares made mistakes that led to goals, which is why I felt like Aubameyang couldn't get lower than a guy that... But then he gave away the free kick. He's the captain. Do we expect more from him than anyone? 2 or 3. We're around 2 or 3. What are you saying, people? 2 or 3. Springer said, Aubameyang's credit's done out here. Boss man run out of top up. Yeah, we've already heard the 1 minute remaining. Aubameyang 2, non-existent. Yeah, you're the experienced player. I'm giving him a 2. Forget it. I'm going with the crowd, man. You're supposed to be top boy, man. Top boys are supposed to lead by example. You didn't lead by example, man. You know, even if you do your job and they don't, there's not a lot you can do about them. We're giving him a 2. You're the captain. Got to do more. So, yeah, I'm giving him a 2. I'm with you, people. Skipper's got to lead by example. And you know, he led us down a blind alleyway, mate. You know, like I said, Van Dijk could have took his shirt off and hung it up. You know, I don't think Van Dijk even had to break a sweat. Mate, we've been on for 1 hour and 30. We're still going. It's a long one today, people. I haven't even done waffle settings yet. So, you know what time it is. Let's get through it. Get the syrup ready. It's that time again. Let's hear... Let's hear what this Donny's saying, man. Mickey Ross settings, man. He was, listen, I think he thought he was a gang member the way he was going up against Klopp, to be fair. You know, I thought he had that Arsenal cannon tattooed on his head. He was up for the fight, man. But listen, I think all you did is rile him up. You stoked the fire, and then we got burned, people. Coleman music settings, people. Mickey Ross, I don't know what he's saying. I haven't even listened to his press conference. To be honest, I didn't want to read or hear anything to do with Arsenal after that. But yeah, get the waffles ready. The waffle and syrup is here. Man said salted caramel settings, man. Listen, like I said, he stoked the fire and then Klopp burnt us with that fire. You know, he threw an aerosol can in there and we got dealt with. Coman music. Big up Polymation with the legendary picture that he made for us. Let's get into Mikel Arteta's press conference. I mean, how do you explain it? Look at him. He's like, what's going on here? He looks surprised. I wasn't surprised, Mikel. Look, the eyebrows are raised, you know, the forehead lines. He's surprised. I wasn't surprised what happened, Mikel. I don't know why he's surprised, but maybe he expected more from us. Listen. To be fair, 4-0 surprised me. And I said, Rose, that's my nickname. Yeah, the hair's still okay. The hair still looks good. You got better hair than Klopp. That's a positive. But just ain't got better managerial skills or a better team, unfortunately. So let's hear what he had to say, or read what he had to say. Our unbeaten run came to an end on Saturday, courtesy of a 4-0 defeat at Liverpool. These questions are going to be interesting, that is for certain, and the answers. On his assessment of the game. Oh, no. It's starting already, people. I'm already. Man said Mick L. He took a hell of a lot of L's on the weekend. On his assessment of the game, he said we competed really well in the first half. I'm gonna take a short drink. Apparently, we competed really well in the first half. I mean, I don't know about anyone else. All I can remember from that first half is Aaron Ramsdale turning into Spider-Man. That's all I can remember. I mean, am I forgetting did we compete well in the first half? We were hanging on. We spent the first 45 minutes hanging on. Let's be honest. We got peppered. Every minute, Ramsdale, save after save after save. We had one shot on target. Sambi Lakonga, 30 yards out, straight to the keeper. This man's making me take a drink break. I mean, the fact we weren't 4-0 down in the first half is purely down to the goalkeeper. We did not compete really well. Competing really well, to me, means that you was troubling them as well. We didn't trouble them. That was some Mourinho part the bus business, but trying to play out. Oh, man. Let's get into it. They had their moments. I mean, I wouldn't say they had moments. They had, they had the whole show. They had the whole Netflix series. They didn't just have moments. No, I'm done. You know what? I'm struggling to get through this first sentence. Man said we competed really well in the first half. They had their moments. We had our moments. I'm going to have another drink. Oh, my days. I mean, what moments did we have? Tell me, what was our moment? I can't remember these moments. Oh, I'm drinking water. I need a Ray and Nephews for the way this guy's talking. Moments. Man's transmitting moments that don't exist, Let's see how many times he says transmit. We were really compact and used the ball in the right way to create some situations. Oh, man. I mean, I don't know what to say here. We used the ball in the right way to create some situations. I mean, we had a goal disallowed and then we conceded from a set play. So he's talking about the goal. He was 2 yards offside. The goal didn't count, mate. I mean, an offside goal doesn't count on the stats. It's not a shot on target. It doesn't count. He's talking about the goal disallowed. I mean, I'm in shock. Man's talking about disallowed goals and situations. I mean, oh my days. I'm struggling to get through. Let me get through. People who say I'm being unfair, but man's talking about a disallowed goal when a man was 2 yards offside as a way of justifying that we were in the game. I'm baffled. I haven't even got enough syrup to deal with this much waffle. In the second half, when we had to build some momentum and start to grow into the match, we threw it away in the first 15 to 20. We gave every ball away in dangerous areas. We had them under no pressure. They punished us. We lost control of the game and they had all the momentum. I mean, they're damning words from him, but listen. You may feel I'm cherry picking here, but this is what we do, people, man. This is what we do. We break down the press conference. He said we lost control of the game. Now, to lose something, you have to own it in the first place. I can't say, I lost my 30 grand Rolex watch. if I never even owned that Rolex watch in the first place. We never had control of that game to say we lost control of that game. Clutching at all kinds of straws, bro. Man said, Martin McCutcheon, this is my moment. Yo, I'm telling you, man, you got to have control to lose control. We never had it. We never owned it. They disallowed our control. You know what I mean? Man said we had some good moments. We had a goal disallowed. DV said you're being harsh. I don't care. I'm on smoke. We lost 4-0. Man's telling me we had a goal disallowed as our moment. I'm not having that. We lost control of the game in the second half. We never had no control. We had no steering wheel in that car. We pressed the accelerator. We just licked off the wall. We didn't have no steering wheel. Lost control of what game? Oh, man, I love it. I love it, man. I'm trying to take it easy, man. Yeah, do you know what? I might have to start putting some background music on these streams. You know, we've mixed it up a bit. But, boy, big up Runjan, he said, Curtis Shaw, Cult Club in session. Yo, let me keep moving, car. I'm struggling to even get through the first one. I love the fact he said we lost control of the game, as if to say we had control. Oh, man, what a guy. On the fact he has a young team had an impact after half-time. I mean, didn't he sign all these young players? Didn't he tell us with Edu that young team, this was Project Youth? And all right, let's hear what he says. Let's hear what he says, people. You know, let's hear. Let me give him the right to answer. He said, I don't know. I've seen some of the biggest teams in the world come here to this ground and collapse. It can be in certain moments. I think we were a bit insistent when things were not working and we lost some balls. We had to mix our play much better, but we didn't, and that's it. They were better than us for 90 minutes, and that's the level. They've been together for 6 years, and today you could see the difference in the moment that we lost control of the game. I mean, I'm trying to... What's that song, man? I'm going to take this moment, make it last forever. Woo! He's loving this moment. Moment is the new transmit today. You could see the difference in the moment that we lost control of the game. So apparently there was a moment where the game just, oh, we've lost it. Oh, we've lost it. We had it, but we've lost it. It's beautiful. I love it. Mikel, one thing I will say, mate, you will never fail to entertain me in a press conference. The stuff this guy comes out is Will Young. Is that who sings that song? Yeah, I knew it was some sort of like X Factor or something like that. I'm going to take this moment. Ooh, the moment we lost control of the game. I mean, somebody tell me when that moment was, because I don't know when we had it. So maybe you know, I was doing the watch along. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed 5 minutes where we were totally dominant, you know? Yeah, like you said, maybe the moment was when you tried to have a fight with Klopp. Although, listen, I like the passion, but, you know, Mikel broke Curtis. You've done me, man. You've done me. You got me singing. I'm singing Will Young, you know what I mean? I got a street reputation. You know, I'm a man. I love to listen to hip-hop and reggae, proper music, and you got me singing Will Young songs on a Monday on the stream, you know. Yeah, Mikel's broke me, man. He's done me. He's sending me insane. You know what I mean? He's a madman. Mikel Factor settings. I'm telling you, man, this brother here. But yeah, apparently there was a moment we were dominating the game, you know? So I just didn't see it, unfortunately, and I don't think anybody saw it. But anyway, let's carry on. On what happened with him and Klopp on the touchline and if it galvanised the home crowd, he said he was trying to defend his side, I was trying to defend mine, and that's it. I think the atmosphere was incredible right from the beginning, so that's it. Listen, like I said, I'm not going to annihilate Arteta for that, you know. I want to see the manager defending his players, you know what I'm saying? So I don't mind that. I think I'm more looking at the players and saying, why didn't you get hyped up when this guy was doing that for you? Man said, Mikel Cartel, touch me no. Touch your button, no. Hey, touch me no. Yo, I'm telling you. I was waiting for the diss track. I thought he was going to diss Klopp today, but he's not on it. He don't want smoke with Big Kloppy, man. And if he saw his side's limits today, he said, I think we threw the game away in 15 minutes, doing exactly what we didn't have to Didn't have to against the best team in the league. They were attacking us in short counters, where in 2 or 3 passes, they have their wingers going on the inside of your fullbacks. It's something we should have done better. We didn't. That's the reason. At the moment, they are better than us, and we lost the game. It's interesting because I'm sure when we played Man City, he said they were the best team in the league. I could be wrong. I was pretty certain when he said we played Man City, they were the best team in the league. Now he's saying Liverpool are the best team in the league. But listen, I let him off. They're equally as good. Amsterdam, Thailand said, I hope Arsenal lose every week. We need these streams every day. Curtis is at his best when he's being sarcastic. Bro, I ain't got the energy for this every week. I can't lie. I need a few decent results just to keep me ticking over. We knew this was coming eventually, but boy, Mikel, man, what a guy. Arteta is Rick Ross, Klopp is 50 Cent. You don't want that smoke. I'm telling you, he's not quite ready for that, man. He's not quite, you got to know your limitations. It's like Anthony Joshua, innit? You can beat them, them Pulevs, and who else did he beat, man? Klitschko when he was old and that. But when he starts fighting these other, man, he can't quite cope with it. You got to know your limitations, you know what I'm saying? Klopp diss track incoming. It's mad. Let's continue, people. On if he'll have to pick the players up after defeat. I mean, ain't that obvious he's got to pick the players up? Here it doesn't matter whether you play young or senior players. I've seen all types of players suffer in the ground. When you go 2 or 3-0 down, it's very difficult, and we suffered. It's a learning process today. There are a lot of things that we should take, but the most important one after a result like this is the next one, and to forget about this one. Okay, we'll just forget about it. We'll just matrix that one out of our mind, mate. Never happened. What game? What? Liverpool defeat? What? I remember it, mate. It's gone. It's done. Matrixed it. It's done. We didn't play it. The game was called off. Bad weather. It rained too much, or, they couldn't get enough fans up there. The coach broke down. It didn't happen. We never lost 4-0 to Liverpool. Just forget it. Forget it. Didn't happen. On if he thought Mane was being too physical in his challenges. He said, I don't know. It was just an action, and that's it. I tried to defend my players, and that's what I did. I mean, listen, and I'm not having a go at Arteta for this. How about we get a bit, aggressive back towards Sadio Mane? How's Mane just roughing us up? I don't even look at Mane as a player like that really roughs people up. These men were getting bullied by him. So, yeah, man, I don't know. On the importance of bouncing back quickly, he said, that's what's big. That's what big and good teams do. And that's what we have to do. On Monday, we'll start again, review the match, the things that we should have done better, and understand the reason why we lost it. Then we'll correct it and focus completely on Newcastle. And say, Mane, you dirty little... Lee Judges, man. I need to get Lee on here, man. We need to discuss Free Hit FC. It's the Matrix, Curtis, you know what I mean? Just forget it, Get rid of it. The game never happened. Thomas said it's called access journalism. If you ask tough questions, you lose access. Listen, Thomas, you're right. That's how the game works, man. You put him under pressure. My first question would have been, so Mikel, you lost 3-1 against Liverpool last season. You spent 150 million in the summer. Do you not think that you should be closing the gap on Liverpool, considering you spent more than any club in the Premier League this season? They'd be removing me from the press conference. You'd never see me in a press conference again. That is a fair question, but they're not going to accept that. Oh, the importance of bouncing back. Oh, yeah, well, it is important that we bounce back. You know what I mean? Like, it's the most stupid question ever. Curtis, when's the merch coming out? Soon come, bro. Soon come. We sort it out. Don't worry, man. We'll get that sorted soon. Free Hit FC, man. Free hit, and that's it. Wow. That is it. You know what? His pre-match press conference was paragraphs. I was just scrolling down non-stop. When we lose, quick 4 or 5 questions, man's ducking out quick. Arteta is responsible for setting up the team for failure. Oh, my days. Brilliant question. You see what I mean? That would be a great question, but you'd never see me in the press conference after that, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? That'll be my last time. They'll be like, yeah, get him out, mate. Get him out. He's putting me under too much pressure here. He's transmitting hate towards Arteta. Get him out. Oh, dear me. It's brilliant, though. It's brilliant. The way they protect him. It's beautiful. But listen, like I said, on the only thing on the upside, people, we play Newcastle this week. Newcastle are absolutely dreadful. Bottom of the league. They haven't won one game. 6 draws, 6 defeats. I mean, the crazy thing is, yeah, Newcastle are bottom of the league. They've scored more than Arsenal. They've scored 15 goals. We've scored 13 in 12 games. It's madness. It's absolute madness, but it's a game we should win. Get your few comments in, people. Wow, we've been on for an hour and 44 minutes. That's crazy. We had to really break it down today. Curtis on that ban, no fly list. Yeah, Arsenal would kick me out real quick. Need a win to bounce back this week. I think we will win. Kem said only positive about Arsenal losing is the therapy streams after. I mean, listen, if we'd have lost the game 2-1, I wouldn't even be doing it. I'd be like, you know what? We competed, we got close, we made life difficult, keep it moving. Because it was 4-0 and we just got slapped all over Anfield, I was like, nah, I'm not having that. Not having that. We're not free hit FC, man. What do we look like, man, about free hit? You know what I mean? Some smack the donkey business. Nah. No one don't get free hits against Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Curtis Martinelli got to get the consistent run. Give the man a chance, man. What does Martinelli have to do to get a game? Do you know what I mean? What does he have to do? Martinelli and Pepe didn't even get off the bench. The man brought on Odegaard, who just disappeared again. El Neni, who just... No point bringing him on. And Ainsley, it's just... What kind of changes are they? We had a better bench than Liverpool. And we're bringing on these mad players. Smack the donkey settings, you know, we're just there, just slap them, you know what I mean? Like, what kind of... Nah, man, nah. I don't know what they think about Arsenal free hit. No free hits, bro. No free hits. You know what I'm saying? We're a big football club. We spent a lot of money in the summer. I keep hearing how good this manager supposedly is. I don't want to hear nothing about no free hits. You know what I mean? Some smack the donkey business, man. Nah. We're supposed to make Liverpool, you know, blood, sweat and tears to get that result. I want Van Dijk coming off the pitch with a sweaty forehead and, you know, a few stud marks on his ankles. He could have come off, took that shirt off, hang it back on the peg. Yeah, just keep that one there for the Champions League game in the week, mate. No need to wash it. I didn't even break sweat. Light work. What when were we going to put a challenge in on someone during that game? The whole game, no challenge. Absolute madness. No big tackle on anyone. Big up Don Drape. Hope you're well, my bro. He said, big up Big C. Conte is 1 point behind Arteta without spending a single penny. Listen, listen, man. I don't even want to speak about Spurs too much, but listen. They've got an elite manager now. And like I said this, people. One of the worst things to happen to Arsenal this weekend is not just that we lost 4-0, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being sacked. I was genuinely sad, like, no, Ole's gone. If Manchester United get an elite manager, we then have the worst manager out of the big 6 clubs. And that shouldn't be happening at Arsenal. Cliff said, bruv, according to Super Kev, Mikel didn't make the changes because he wanted to make them suffer. His words on Saturday after the match. Kevin! Home Alone settings, man. I need to shout him. Kev, nah. Change the game, man. Why don't the guy ever make a change at half time? Never. Dollar Hyde, Curtis, when you do your post-game analysis, you can use the directional buttons to forward the frames by 10 seconds. Yeah, I see that. I actually want to see if I can get an app where I can, like, draw arrows on the screen and that. We can still work with the still images, man. We'll find a way. South London's Finest said, Curtis, did you see that picture of Josh Kroenke dancing to Adele yesterday? I didn't even see that. I did not even see that, you know. See, that tells you everything. We're getting slapped 4-0. And our owner's dancing to Adele, you know. That tells you everything. One player that looks like he won't be leaving Arsenal this January, nothing to get excited about, by the way, people, is Mohamed El Neni. El Neni's dad has spoken and said, Arteta wants Mohamed to stay. He might need him in the coming period. So he will remain until the end of the season. I mean, what did he do? We're going to have El Neni till the end of May. Yeah, brilliant. Great. Let me tell you now, Arsenal better go and sign a midfielder in January. It's going to get long if we don't sign a midfielder, people. Our midfield is dreadful. It's so poor. We play Manchester City on the 1st of January, I think. Do you know what I mean? Partey will be at AFCON. El Neni will be at AFCON. Xhaka may not be fit. Playing Manchester City with Sambi Lokonga and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. We play Tottenham as well, away from home. They're going to be fired up, with Conte and that. We got to get midfielders in, man. This midfield is, the midfield is mad at Arsenal right now. We got to sort the midfield out quick. Midfield is the engine room of any football team, and our midfield is light work. Do you know what I mean? It's light work. As you said it, I'm looking. Fans in stitches as Gareth Southgate claps along to Adele with Samuel L. Jackson and Arsenal chief Josh Kroenke. I mean, look at this. Look, no, I'm done. I need a break. Josh is boogieing at an Adele concert. Oh, no, I'm done. Let me get the picture up. I can't play the video, of course, for obvious reasons. They're already on me, but... big up Daniel Constant said, Aubameyang is an Uber Eats striker. If the Uber breaks down, it's starving settings. Man needs to be fed the ball. We need strikers that can cook. Bro, we ain't got no oven. We can't cook nothing. We're on some microwave thing. Processed meals. That's all we're dealing with out here. You get a quick 2-3 minutes. That meal ain't even cooked properly, bro. I appreciate the super chat. Let me get this Josh Kroenke thing up, man. Big up to South London's fine. I hadn't even seen it. I mean, Adele's on stage. Josh Kroenke's at the front next to this gal. I just played the video. Man's boogieing. Gareth Southgate's here. Storms is here. I think this is Samuel L. Jackson, it said. And you got Josh Kroenke boogieing with this gal. While our team is getting absolutely roasted at Anfield, Mr. Josh be excited. Man said Cecil, nah. I'm done. I might have to end the stream. Man, nah, I'm done. Cecil's Cecil's here next to Stormzy, bruv. No, I'm done. We're finished. We're done out here. Our owner is boogieing at an Adele concert, while our manager is getting cooked by Jurgen Klopp, and our team's getting... Nah. We're not serious, bruv. We're not serious. Man's at an Adele concert. Cecil's sneaked his way in. Robbie's got him a guest pass. Nah, man. Nah, I'm done. The stream needs to lock off now, man. 1 hour 51. South London's finest. She set everything off. Look at this guy, man. Josh. Mr. B excited. I mean, listen, Adele's doing her thing at the moment. She's making some big tunes, I can't lie. But yo, I don't care if it was pre-recorded, Craig. I'm emotional. We just got slapped all over Anfield. You know what I mean? We're a mess, and this brother's it. Nah, man. Josh, fix up. You told us to be excited. You're having a boogie at an Adele concert while Mane's dancing around our back four and Diogo Jota's got man bobsleigh sliding out of Anfield. Nah, I'm done, man. These men aren't serious. They're not a serious team. Man said Dr. Evil in the background. You know what I mean? We got Dr. Evil, like called Pitbull-looking Dr. Evil here in the background. It's all mad. Southgate here. Nah, man, I'm done. And a Cecil lookalike here. I'm done. That's enough for the day, man. It's enough for the day. We're moving mad. Get your comments in, people. We'll have 5 minutes of comments. We're approaching 2 hours. The longest stream I've done for a minute. Oh, man. What a football club. We are literally the gift that keeps on giving, aren't we? You know, we're the gift that keeps on giving. El Nenny's staying. Josh Kroenke's boogieing. Ben White sliding out the ground. It's all mad. Any comments you want to get in, people, before I get out of here? Nearly 2 hours. This is a real long stream. What a stream. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it was needed. It was needed. You know what I mean? We leave here with a smile on our face. I told you, it's not all doom and gloom. You know, we have to keep going. There's more to life. We needed it, man. We needed it. Just to lighten the mood a little bit. 2 hour stream. Marvel, hey, you relax, man. You know what I'm saying? You relax with all that Chelsea hype. I've had enough. We're emotional right now. Oh, dear. Kembo said, great stream. Richard Reed, quality therapy session in tears over it. Man said, I'm pink next to Dr. Evil. I said, ain't that Ryland Clark? It's all mad. It's all mad. Free hit FC, man. Callum said, Big C, remember that drink you took because of the pre-game presser said we can compete for the league. Oh, man, don't. Yo, this is what we were talking pre-game. Mikel, can you win the league? That's what they were saying pre-game. Now, apparently, now it's a free hit. Before we wanted smoke, we're telling them we're going to, we win the league was the talk. After the game, nah, it was a free hit, man. We're not good enough to beat them. You see how the energy and the motive changes. This is why balance is a key thing in life, people. Don't get too far ahead of yourself when you're doing well. And don't get too down when things go wrong, That's what we need to do. I'm just looking here. Yeah, I'm going to quickly bring up this thing about Renato Sanchez as well. I will get into some of your comments. I was meant to speak about this. Someone just reminded me. So Renato Sanchez has spoken about Arsenal. He said... Renato Sanchez said, who is interested in me? Maybe Milan and Arsenal are interested, but I don't know. I talked to my agent. I know which clubs are calling and which are not, but now I can't tell. He ain't saying too much, is he? But they're saying he could be on the move in January. Now, I said before, I like Renato Sanchez, just really injury prone. That's the only problem with Renato Sanchez. He's regularly injured. He's had a lot of muscle injuries. But I do like him. I would bring him in, to be honest. I would bring him in, especially if you get him at a cut price, which I think he's only 24 as well. So, and like you said, he's been in the comments with Gabriel a few times. Obviously, Gabriel was at Lille with him. So, listen, I would be all over it. We're desperate for a midfielder in January with Partey and El Neni going to AFCON. Would you take Renato Sanchez at Arsenal, people? They're saying 25 million euros. Mangi said get Basuma. Listen, Basuma is an absolute beast. He'll obviously be going AFCON as well. And I think he would cost 40, 50 million to get Basuma. That's the only problem if we were going for him. Sterling scored yesterday. Listen, I told man about Raheem, man aren't listening. I told man was saying, don't want Sterling at Arsenal. Listen, man, we stick with these man then. You know what I'm saying? Sterling, we'd be lucky to get Sterling at Arsenal. I can't lie. Adam said, yeah, I'd take him. Ain't Kessie around the same price? I'm reading now that a few big clubs want Kessie, so he may be difficult to get. I was reading that he wants Champions League football and stuff like that. I don't think Arsenal are going to be playing Champions League next season unless, we get lucky. Buying from Lille can go two ways. You're right. That way is the Nicolas Pepe. Can we get our money back? Where's the receipt? And that way is Gabriel. We got a bargain. Everything's great. It's which way would Renato Sanchez go? Mangi said Sterling walks into this team. Like I said, if we signed Sterling, he'd be our best winger. The second he joins us with ease as well. No winger in this team is going to get you 20 goals in the Prem. I'm not saying Sterling would do that at Arsenal, but Anthony said that ball from Cancelo, mate, that is the pass of the season. Outside of the foot, madness. David said Renato Sanchez is the one player with the highest potential. He's more of a centre mid though, can play CDM. He works best as a right centre mid in a 4-3-3 of his work rate. Very creative player with an eye for goal. I'm a big fan of Renato Sanchez. For 25 million euros, I'd be tempted to get him. Biswadeep said Ox was man of the match. He had a good game. His end product wasn't great, but his energy levels and his pace, you could tell he was fired up to play against his former club, Penalty Spot said, got to put Arteta up. I can see the light pick. Oh, I'm telling you, he ain't getting nowhere near a green screen for a long time. End of the season, then maybe we'll talk about a green screen for him. Martinelli from Boy Wonder to out of favour bench warmer. Listen, he will want to leave the football club if he doesn't get a chance soon. That's the problem. Like I said, I think Saka needs a rest. Adam said 20 million for Renato is a bargain regardless. Even if we can get 5-10 games, it's a no-brainer. And he's better than what we've got. He's better than what we've got. He's got energy. He's got experience. Played Champions League. Makil said Champions League is back at least. Big up for that as well, actually. I just want to remind you. So tomorrow, we'll be back at 2 for an Arsenal one. Tomorrow at, I think I'm doing the Man United Villarreal game. It's 5:45 kickoff, early kickoff. So 5:45 UK time. We'll be doing Villarreal against Man United watch along tomorrow. First game, Michael Carrick in charge. And then on Wednesday, we'll be doing Man City against PSG. That's a big game. Winner of that will probably win the group. So, yeah, they're your two watch-alongs for the next 2 days. Anthony said put Arteta on a brown screen. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's all he can get right now. My FPL team's done, mate. Relegation settings. I haven't even changed it for a while. United going out the Champions League tomorrow. Defeat could have them out. Poch to Man United, I think it would be a good move. Apparently, he's not happy in Paris. His family haven't moved to France, and he's interested. They're saying it could be Poch to Man United and Zidane to PSG. So we'll have to see. People, I'm out of here. We've hit 2 hours. Wow, what a long stream, man. I didn't realise how much we had to talk about today. But big up to every one of you. 1,500 of you in the chat. Make sure you smash that like on the way out if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be back tomorrow 2 p.m. with more Arsenal update. 5:45 tomorrow for Man United against Villarreal. Appreciate your support. Great comments. Great Arsenal therapy session. And I will see you all tomorrow, people. Bless.